The Stone of Destiny, an ancient symbol of Scotland's monarchy, has left Edinburgh Castle for the first time in over 25 years. It will travel to London for the coronation of King Charles III, where it will play a prominent role in the ceremony. The 150 kilograms (336 pounds) red sandstone slab, also known as the Stone of Scone, was seized by King Edward I of England in the late 13th century and taken to Westminster Abbey, where it has remained for 700 years. The stone formed part of the coronation chair on which kings and queens were crowned, and it will now return for this purpose for the first time since the coronation of Queen Elizabeth II in 1953. The stone was returned to Scotland for permanent display in 1996, but it was agreed that it would return to Westminster Abbey for any future coronation ceremony. The decision to return the Stone of Destiny to Scotland was made by Queen Elizabeth II and Prime Minister John Major in 1996. The stone was housed in Edinburgh Castle's Crown Room alongside the Scottish Crown Jewels, where it has become a significant tourist attraction. The Stone of Destiny's journey to London began with a ceremonial procession from Edinburgh Castle's Great Hall, led by the Lord Lyon King of Arms, the monarch's representative in Scotland. Scotland's First Minister Humza Yousaf was also in attendance in his capacity as the Keeper of the Great Seal of Scotland. Historic Environment Scotland, HES, who care for the stone, worked with Police Scotland to ensure its safe and secure transportation. The stone was transported in a special carrier constructed largely from Scottish oak, which was made by HES's in-house joinery team. Cathy Richmond, Head of Collections and Applied Conservation at HES, said that it was a great responsibility to ensure the safe voyage and return of such an important national symbol. She added that the Stone of Destiny had a rich and varied history and had been used for centuries in coronations. The stone's history is indeed long and fascinating. It was used for the coronation of Scots kings for hundreds of years before being taken by Edward I of England in 1296, during the Wars of Independence. He made the stone part of a carved oak coronation chair which has been used during the inauguration of 26 kings and queens at Westminster Abbey since. The stone stayed in England for hundreds of years, until Christmas Day in 1950 when 4 students from Glasgow broke into Westminster Abbey and took it back to Scotland. They were led by Ian Hamilton, who wanted to make a statement about Scottish self-rule. Mr. Hamilton, who died last year, said in a rare interview with the BBC that the Stone of Destiny was Scotland's icon. To bring it back was a very symbolic gesture, he said. The stone reappeared months later 500 miles away in Arbroath Abbey, a place that was important to Scotland's independence history. On the 11th of April 1951, it was returned to Westminster Abbey and replaced in the coronation chair, where 2 years later it had a greater prominence than ever as Queen Elizabeth's coronation was broadcast on television. The stone's return to Scotland in 1996 was an emotional moment for many Scots, who saw it as a symbol of their nation's sovereignty. However, the decision to return it to Westminster Abbey for the coronation of King Charles III has been met with some criticism. Some see it as a betrayal of Scotland's independence, while others argue that it is a necessary part of the coronation ceremony and a symbol of the unity of the United Kingdom. Despite the controversy, there will be a free live screening of the coronation in Edinburgh's West Princes Street Gardens.